Hey all, this is the 11:59 video. It's sharing, even if you think it's oversharing, it's telling the truth. And it's a true, pure, tried and true testimony, and it's right because we're going to go for as long as we can about exposing people. And objective, which is right, it's taken my entire life to get to the point where I'm strong enough to say where I'm strong enough to stand, and I'm strong enough to say my objective is to take all the property and money that we can from people who wronged me. That's an objective, to take property and money as much as possible from all those who wronged me and to send them all to prison, right? That's an objective. It's taken me way too long to get to that point. And I got hurt way too much, and I've had to do this because what's right is for me to be over honest, right? The word you can use is rigorously honest and thoroughly honest, because you need to do it so you can feel free and go be. You need to be honest so you can feel free to go be who you can be, right? And what's wrong is I'm not wrong about what other people have done against me, and it has to go out all the way to everyone in the world as this right now at this point. I haven't slept right for about 24 years because a police officer attacked me. Now I'm going to go all the way, going back 24 years to the actual one that has been the cause of dozens, to going to 86 people, to more than 86 people that have committed crimes against me. And right now, I'm having a very serious issue without a tissue. You can use that. You've got an issue without a tissue. You've got an issue with the tissue. It's Tabalowski. It's a judge. And you wouldn't think a judge would do the wrong thing, but facts are, I just had that judge do something wrong September 27th. And the problem is, because she thought and acted wrong, and a lawyer named Nicholas Louis Vincent, a liar, said he's so-called from San Antonio with Meineer, Liber, Matt, Reese, you can add them, bad guys, Hoffman, Del Val, Law, bad guys, very satanic, probably one of the worst gangs of bad people, lawyers in the state, in my town of Texas. Anyway, the sharing can be all the way against Emily Tabalowski because she completely fucked up, wrecked, and redestroyed my life that I had repaired in the past 5, going back 10 years. And I'm going to name all the people who are wrong, and it has to be that order because it's right, that they deliberately did something wrong. There's a George L. Allen Senior Courts Building, 600 Commerce. It's a white building downtown Dallas. There's another courts building called Earl Cable, federal courts and or civil, and there's another one like Northern District Court. And I had a plan, a feeling that I cannot do it alone. I could maybe be able to send about 200 people to prison, because there's really been that many people who've actually attacked me and assaulted me. Dallas Police and Rome, Texas Police Department, Rockwall, Mesquite. And actually, with Andy Dilbeck and 10 Dallas Police, they went to kill me over McShirley sisters lying, and Lori Tittle, Dallas Police, and another DPD officer were involved. But right now, Tabalowski, I got to get that and them out of the way. And as I was released, we get released from where I was at to here, I felt strong that you got to put videos out that say get rid of people, because that's where they're at. What happened was Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez, a Dallas criminal for real, had failed to use turn signals, was texting, drinking, and driving, and wrecked and destroyed my vehicle and my body, permanently damaged me for the rest of my life. Now, it may not sound right to you, but it goes back that long ago to 2019. I had an '03 Ford Mustang that could have been worth more than $24,000. I was clean and sober. I left Dallas area going south on 75, west on 30, and then I went south on Hampton Avenue exit. And Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez, the Dallas criminal, failed using turn signals, and he was ruthless. He hit me so hard. He had a white van. He was with Progressive Insurance. He had a wife named Irene. The van was, unfortunately, Progressive Insurance people are criminals because they're allowing criminals to drive for their company. It's not just him. There's Damian Dwayne Hood, who tried killing me in a wreck November 6th. Todd Christopher Shelley, who almost killed me, and another fat thug drug addict from Grand Prairie who had a license plate. I feel like he lied, but I got to put it out there. GM Barone or Jim Barone, 2019 Ford Fusion, license plate MRN 3827. So that's the way people are. They're like, tell Grand Prairie, the whole world, and the police there to get rid of that drug addict because he was stoned. He ran a red light June 27th, 23, and broke my ribs. He ran into the truck Shelley was driving. Shelley drove reckless all the way to Fort Worth, but I was healing from situations before, and I was about ready to go out and perform, and I was almost killed. Damian Dwayne Hood actually really tried killing me, and Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez has been the worst of the situations, excluding police officers and judges and lawyers, the worst. So from right now, the problem that I'm having is going to overexpose all of them. Emily Tobolowsky is a bad judge because she really was. What happened was, right after the wreck, I caught him. I got him on video, on camera, and it's all facts and it's all evidence. You just go to Wreck Not Our Fault, YouTube, Jeff Nelson channel, and you can watch the video, and that's facts. And you can tell because you see the white van, the whole front end's wrecked, and he's trying to run and flee from the crime that he did. And he hit me so hard I was in oncoming traffic, and I got out, and it is facts. This is all evidence and facts and reasonable and relevant evidence that right after the wreck I caught him. But you can see him running, kind of moving to go pick up the bumper, and he threw a beer bottle out in front of the van. Right? And I really do want him sent to prison forever the rest of his life because of what he did. Nobody knows how bad it was because I wasn't able, for 5 years and more, I wasn't able to tell the truth about how he fucked up my entire life. Destroyed a vehicle potentially worth more than $24,000. I lost wages like you cannot even imagine from being I was a great musician, and I was a good musician, and I got on TV 7 times. And you're looking at the actual video, right? So that's just the way it is, that you can see right after the wreck that I caught him, and you'll see him trying to run from the scene. That's Hampton Avenue, like I said. He failed using turn signals, and he was texting, drinking, and driving. You can see it right here, the white van. That's how hard he hit me. Somebody asked me, am I all right? I said, yeah. And I didn't know he had almost killed me, and it was that bad. It destroyed the right side of my body, back and neck, and I'm actually blind. You know, it's not exaggerating to say brain damage and PTSD. There's the beer bottle right there. See? There it is. So that proves that's evidence. And where everyone's wrong going back, I'm going to talk bad about Emily Tobolowsky forever, because that's a judge who failed because Vincent lied, representing the bad guy, Progressive Insurance and Gonzalez, when they sent me a letter making it look like Vincent was representing me, because I went to Thompson Law after the wreck, and I want to take all Ryan Ladd Thompson's money and all their employees and property and money and put him in prison, because I never gave him permission to move my case. I never gave anyone permission from there to go do anything. And Edwin, an employee, I want to send him to prison. And there's people that are going to go behind your back and they're going to violate all your rights, and they did it. They further violated all my rights, and they sent the facts and evidence to MAS. And I can go as far as saying Thompson's a very bad guy and all his people, and they have it like a lie posted out to the public, 3300 Oak Lawn, Dallas, room 300, and MAS is maybe worse. They're all terrorists and they're all foreigners, and they're at 212 West Spring Valley Drive, Richardson, Texas, zip 75081. Now, I'm going to tell you all the people that are involved that I want to take all their property and money, and I want all of them sent to prison because they wrecked my life that bad. Tabalowski is a threat because that's a judge, and she may know a police officer, and she's going to do whatever she can to shut me up and not be exposed, like send me to prison. And that's why I'm going to make as many truth sharings against her and Nicholas Louis Vincent, the liar. Because here's also that 298th court right there is wrong, because Carolyn Dupree Brown is a court coordinator and Nicole Burrows is a chief clerk, and they send letters and tell you when you're going to go to a hearing, and they have a system that's so screwed up you have to call in, but they confuse you. Ask Dupree Brown. Hopefully we can send her to prison, exposing her. Like, you have to call a certain day to announce if you're going to be at the trial or not, and that's so the bad people know what you're doing, so they can go against you and hurt you, and that's wrong. And that's what, like in June, I went to a hearing and I caught Tabalowski. I went in there and you could tell she wasn't doing any, she was guilty, doing whatever she was doing in court. She said, I don't think you're supposed to be here. So if you were there and an official with the government, somebody stronger, we could have made her tell the truth and sent her to prison. Took her property and money and sent her to prison. And Vincent and Gonzalez, right? But the reason why the clerk, the 298th, all their people are wrong is because no one notified me of a hearing that day. And they actually sent a letter saying there was a hearing November 4th. So in reality, you can't say I wasn't at the hearing, because you could say I went there and they wouldn't let me in. And this is a facts and a evidence of VA appointments, and I really went to those in December. But this is the truth. 9/27. You're looking at it, and I went by the zone where the place where the hearing was, and I went to the VA. So you could honestly say they wouldn't let me in a hearing, and they committed a crime against me. Vincent lied all the way through, and I had to pay because they said I wasn't there, I didn't show, and I didn't have evidence. And you just saw wreck not our fault. That's evidence, and it's been out for years. So I'm just exposing all of them, and hopefully going to hopefully I want to. Not alone. I want to take all their money and all their property, and I want all of them sent to prison. Because it has to be that way. The last person that hurt me, there have been more in life, but in reality, Tabalowski, there are appeal judges that actually have hurt me because they listened to a lie that Vincent lied on paper, saying I didn't turn in a table of contents on my brief, and I did. So his lie has wrecked my life, and I've had to pay, and I'm still paying, because the motherfucker, that motherfucking criminal, Nicholas Louis Vincent, is a goddamn liar and needs to be sent away forever. And Tabalowski, because I was lied to and fooled and given false hope that I was going to a hearing November 4th. And when I called in that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday before Monday, if you check the calendar, November 4th was a Monday in 24, I was ready to go and go put Gonzalez and anyone in the way, the lawyers and prisons in the way, because I had evidence, and I still do. You just saw it. So that's just how wrong they were and are. And in that order, a judge, hopefully Supreme Court, look, like I've written letters, and like I gotta call Supreme Court and tell on them, because wrong is wrong. And like Burns, I have to expose maybe the hundreds of Dallas appeal judges, right? Like, there's a lot of judges I can expose that they are bad. They're actually real criminals that have been wrong. But I'm going to show you facts like where Vincent actually lies. And the people in that order, the case I've written, and Monday I got to turn it in, and you've already got the evidence, the time, date, and stamp. In reality is 12/15, Sunday, February 9th, 2025. And I gave the time as honest as possible and official. But here's where Vincent lied. Like, this is June 23rd. But these are people, like, that I'm exposing that really are guilty. Like, I can expose the entire building because and what's wrong about Burns and other appeal judges is they changed their roster in a week, and I'm like, that's just wrong. This is where Vincent lied. Does not have a table of contents, but he really lied 15 times more, and on the hearing he actually lied, the court reporter's record. And these are facts. This is evidence and facts. He lied all the way through the hearing in the appearance phase, really, because he didn't give his full name and his address, and that's what you really need to do. And there's no start of the hearing time on that day, and it really can't be proven. Just a paper. What's paper going to prove? Anyone could have forged it and lied. Jennifer A. Jacobs, or Jennifer J. Jacobs, CSR's court shorthand reporter, number 8809, operated with an expired license that day, and probably still is. May 31st, and I could even show you that, but they all, like, anyone would say they owe me their time and money because you're defending a drunk that really fucked up my life. And here's an example, like, this is a reporter's record, right? There's no time at all. You can see Gonzalez, me against the drunk driver, right? But, and there's the real bad guy, Vincent, right? Right there. So don't ever go to him. And those are all lies. It says right here, there's no proof that really happened. Anyone could have just typed that, right? So this is Jennifer Jacobs' quote-unquote court reporter record, but he lied through all of this and this about me, and right there, he lied from page 411 to 25 all the way, because you just saw the evidence, right? And he never sent notice of that. And Vincent, nobody sent me a notice of any motion. So that's very strong. Last known address, email. That's where we served him with notice of this motion. Bullshit. Facts, evidence are wrong. Nobody sent me anything. So he lied all the way through. And there is no time, date, stamp on this right here. Now there, is an expired license. If you look right there, May 31st, 2024, and the date of these crimes committed in court and against me, right? On the 27th day of September. So there's a lot more, and I can show you more, but this is wasting so much time and money. It's not even funny. And your cure for anxiety, depression is if you're not guilty, keep talking about it. More than 20, 30, more than 40, more than 50 times. And if you got to talk about it more than 40, 50 years, go ahead and do it. These are MAS. That's Kerry Tate of CSR, who's very bad. Wendy Wade. MAS. Now, that's Robin Miserly Ann, Jeff Shelton, a fat drunk. So these are attacks and assaults through the period of COVID by quote-unquote lawyers. That's Shelton, the most satanic lawyers in the whole town. And you'll hear Kerry Tate in a second. But I'll go through all this. That's her right there, Kerry Tate. But I caught him doing wrong, further violating all my rights, right? So the order they all got to be gotten rid of is that order. Tabalowski, a judge, Emily, red hair, the 298th, 8th floor of the George L. Allen Senior Courts Building, 600 Commerce, right? The entire court's got to be removed, gotten rid of, because no one sent me a notice. And that's Tabalowski, Nicholas Louis Vincent, and Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez, the drunk who actually almost killed me. Now, Carolyn Dupree Brown is guilty, is a coordinator, clerk coordinator. Chief clerk, Nicole Burrows, I just found that out. And Jennifer Jacobs, I just showed you, operated with an expired license. That is complete violations of law. Error. There's actually error of law, which is one way to win an appeal. And they screwed up my life so bad, I'm worried. I got to stay awake. I've lost all wages and money and time, and everyone else will put in their suffering and pain for years because of that drunk driver. So realistically, the lawyer lied so bad that I have to file a motion for leave to file the amended brief. And my brief can be stronger because my objective is like that. I want to take all their property and money, and I want them all sent to prison. And that's how it is. You have a cover letter, title page, table of contents, table of authorities. And Medina, I've got a drunk driver that killed a detective in Texas, so I can use that on my table of authorities. On the way home, anyone would feel upset because the lawyer lied and fucked up your life that bad. You have to write a table of authorities when you already have evidence of all these people that were wrong. Now, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I have 22 pages already of an amended brief, and I haven't slept, right? And this is Monday. I'm going to turn it in. It's actually Sunday right now. So you worry, are the judges going to take it? Is one judge going to grant it and pass it? And I really don't feel like any one of them are. And I'm not doing it to sabotage it because I was a great guy. I was actually performing and going out every time I could, and I was getting paid every time until Gonzalez fucked up my life. And I'm humble enough to say that goes really going to $1 to $30 to $5,000 for one guitar. That's actually a performer. I was on Joy of the Lord show 7 times on TV. That's a fact. I graduated from the Art Institute of Dallas. I got an honorable discharge from the United States military. I've been an artist actively, and I've been a musician almost my entire life. And I always got paid until that day. It made everything worse. So reality, all those people need to go. And there's got to be a way to get money and property from them and put them in prison by just telling the truth. So Progressive Insurance agent Casey Colby is directly responsible for fucking up, for wronging my life, and an adjuster for Progressive Insurance. And their headquarters is in Ohio, and Trisha Griffith is the CEO, and her 50 women, and they're all bad people because they let drunk drivers like Gonzalez drive. and there's people out there that are getting killed that are criminals that are driving with Progressive, right? So those two people from Progressive and more who did me wrong on handling the case. Thompson, Ryan Ladd Thompson, Thompson Law Firm, like I said, very bad guy, and Edwin, the employee, they never had permission to turn against me and move my case. MAS, all the people that were wrong from then, as much as I can remember, is Sean S. Majarad, Nave Abusad, Nave R. Abusad, and Muhammad Yusuf Syed. The three, I'm right for saying this, the most satanic, evil, most corrupt, most terrorist, bad guys, most wrong sitting foreigners in the whole area. 212 West Spring Valley. Don't ever go. They're going to lie and say they're on your side. Well, they further violated all my rights. Daniel Levi assaulted, threatened me. Jeff Daniel Shelton, Robin Miserly, and Carrie Tate, all are guilty of threats and lying. And they did that for years. And they still have my White Rock chiropractic records from the wreck. And that proves them guilty. And it's Jasmine Solano, Melissa Vieira, Jack Warder, Witham, and Mehdi Vagefi, Rebecca Salgado, and Minier Liber, Matt Reese, Hoffman Del Val are the bad guys, and MAS Law Firm's the bad guys, and Thompson Law is the bad guys. And now Progressive Insurance, Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez, and the courts are the bad guys. So what would you do? Kenneth Davis, Owen, and Jeff Daniel Shelton, Robin, Amy Ivy, Miserly Ann, Carrie Tate, and I'm going to say them in order from as much as I can. Jasmine Solano, Sean S. Majarad, Nave Rahib Abusad, Muhammad Yusuf Syed, Rebecca Salgado, Jack Warder, Witham, Melissa Vieira, Mehdi Vagefi. Daniel Levi has a bad guy name that's Shaha Riyar. Daniel Levi, that's his real name. And he threatened me. Like I said, Jeff Daniel Shelton, Carrie Tate, CSR 8010, and Robin Miserly Ann all threatened me. They all further violated all my rights. And for years, they never returned phone calls. They never communicated. They never sent anything that made sense. A letter saying I had a hearing, and then saying that they were going to withdraw, and then they start a case. Then I'd get a letter from someone else saying go to a hearing, and they're all lies. And all they did was worsen everything, and the pain and suffering from the wreck made everything worse, because for 5 years plus, I never really did drive, and I couldn't get in the car with anyone else because I was afraid to get hit. So that's definitely a pain and suffering case against the state and all its people, right? All those lawyers. And I really want all the property and money, and I really want them sent to prison. So I can only go as far as I can remember with that list that I just said, and sometimes it's really hard. I haven't slept the past couple of days because, like Nicole Burrows, I just found out that's someone else who did me wrong. A chief clerk or a clerk coordinator, whatever you want to call it. But when that many people are wrong, you got to expose them. And like, it's just wrong how all those people, you know, especially MAS, Nicholas Louis Vincent, and all those people were wrong. Minier Liber, Matt Hoffman Del Val, and like I said, that's three of the main bad guys: Sean S. Majarad and Rick Krause. That's someone that I forgot about. Muhammad Yusuf Sayed, Shahriar Navai, Daniel Navai, Kenneth Davis Owen, and more of them. Mehdi Vagefi, Jack Warder, Witham, Melissa Vieira, I said Nicholas Louis Vincent, Mehdi Vagefi, Emily Tabalowski, CSR Jennifer Jacobs, 8809 expired license, 53124. Rebecca Salgado, Jeffrey Shelton, Jasmine Solano, Carrie Tate, CSR 8010, and Kenneth Davis Owen. And I said some of these: Carlos Menes Gonzalez, Edwin, employee from Progressive Insurance, Casey Colby, an agent, Carolyn Dupree Brown, Nicole Burrows, Chief Clerk, Court Coordinator, Carolyn Dupree Brown, Nave, Raib Abusad, and there's a couple more I'm not going to be able to share because of the wreck. So that's as many as I can talk about for right now.